can't believe it.
It doesn't look like the same ball club that played.
We're 1 minute away. 1 minute.
Sure don't. Can we get an updated temperature from somebody? We've got the halftime stats there too. Danielson passing and 28.
30 seconds away.
Seems colder than that. The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Football League. Tim Ryan with John Unitas at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. Temperature of 28 degrees here, and the shadows are well cast over the football field. Sun sinking behind the baseball stadium here with the Colts play, and they are trailing 3-0. They had 3 scoring opportunities in the first half, failed to convert any of them. Roosevelt Leaks fumbling into the end zone on their first series of plays. Tony Linhart missed a 27-yard field goal after his holder, Bill Troop, had trouble getting the snap in place. And they had an interception by Dick Geron of Detroit, which blunted another drive. The Lions have been tough defensively, and they have kicked a 25-yard field goal. Steve Mickemeyer coming up with that to give the Lions a 3-0 lead. Mickemeyer will kick it off. The deep man is Perry Griggs. Number 28 standing on the 5-yard line, taking it at the 10. Griggs fumbles the ball. Detroit has it. Griggs dropped the ball, and Detroit has it. It is number 60, Gary Anderson, the backup offensive guard, recovering the fumble as Griggs just dropped it, having had no contact made, and the Lions are in business again. There it is, as you saw him just simply lose the handle on it. Then Gary Danielson, the young quarterback, will bring it out for the Lions. The ball at the 23-yard line of Baltimore, first down Detroit. That is Leonard Thompson stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Stan White, number 53, putting the hit on him. We have had nothing further from Miami, New England. Of course, those interested in the fortunes of the Baltimore Colts have to know about that score. It still stands 14-10. Offside call against Detroit. Under 2 minutes to play, Miami with the ball up there. Statistically, in the first half, you can see that the Colts had the ball more of the time, but did less with it. They had 11 first downs, rushed for more and passed for more, but failed to score. Burt Jones, 10 of 17. Gary Danielson, 9 of 14. And Danielson putting 3 of those passes together on the drive that led to the go-ahead field goal. It is 1st and 20 for the Detroit Lions, who recovered the second half kickoff on the fumble by Perry Griggs. Leonard Thompson, the ball carrier on the play, picked up maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd and 19. Tom McLeod, number 52, the left linebacker, made the tackle. The ball now at the 30 of Baltimore. Philadelphia leads the Giants 17-14 on a 1-yard run by Ron Jaworski. Danielson will throw on 2nd and long. Complete to J.D. Hill. Loose ball. Nettles made the tackle, and they roll it incomplete. An incomplete pass for J.D. Hill. Simonelli picked it up, number 56. But the officials rule it incomplete. Let's see it again. John Unitas is just back with us here after his trip from the field where he was introduced to the crowd.
It's tough to get back up here. Looked like he had a pretty good reception right there to me, Tim. The officials didn't see it that way. It looked like it went right through his arms, I suppose, in their eyesight.
Well, I thought he caught the ball myself. and that it was a fumble. The umpire, Al Conway, number 27, appeared to be the man making the decision, making the call on a play. Personal foul call against Baltimore.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 40, defense.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Bruce Laird, and that no doubt because he protested a little too vigorously the preceding call, which ruled a pass to J.D. Hill an incompletion instead of a fumble recovery by Baltimore. So the Lions are first down at the 15-yard line. Philadelphia has defeated the New York Giants 17-14. That is final. A seesaw battle all day. Philadelphia coming out on top. First down. Detroit, and Danielson wants a timeout as he looked over that Baltimore defense and decided, I better be sure. I'm going to go and talk to the coach.
I don't know if he called a timeout himself or was it official timeout because of the noise.
Oh, he signaled it. Well, yes, he asked for it. How it's charged, and it's going to be charged against Detroit.
Well, there's something that shouldn't happen when a quarterback. If it's too much, if he can't hear the signals, he should go to the umpire, a referee, and ask for to quiet the crowd down or for a timeout until they do quiet down. He's used up one of his timeouts, which could prove very costly toward the end of the football game.
Gary Danielson, getting his first start of the season, has had a little bit of action on spot duty. 14 of 38 passing coming into today. And the most impressive last drive late in the first half that led to the field goal by Mickemeyer. And so Danielson being handed a great opportunity here on the fumble recovery by Gary Anderson, as Perry Griggs, the new return man for the Colts, just simply dropped the ball. Rick Kane in the backfield along with Horace King. Kane 32, King 25. The wide receivers are J.D. Hill 86, Ray Jarvis 45. The tight end is David Hill number 81. Danielson to throw. Up the middle and incomplete, nearly intercepted. Rick Kane could not hold on. Lyle Blackwood nearly picked it off on the rebound.
Ball was a little behind Kane as Danielson sets the throw. Kane cutting back over the middle across the face of Lyle Blackwood. You saw the ball was right behind him. A catch that he should have had, should really have made. You're expected to make those difficult catches at time. Everything cannot be perfect. You can't have a handle on it for you every time it's thrown to you. Here we see the Buffalo Bills 7, New York Jets 10.
So was that a quarterback talking there in that last time? Johnny Unitas.
That's right.
With Tim Ryan here, and straight ahead is Rick Kane to the 10-yard line. And the Lions playing with more authority offensively now, as we saw on that last drive late in the first half. And their offensive line, John talked about the fact that they hadn't given up a sack. They had given up 49 coming into the game. That was the worst record in that department in the National Football League. And they've got Mark Markovich and Rocky Freitas and Charlie Sanders all out of there with injury. So they are doing a good job today. Blocking for the run better as the game has gone on, and they've protected their passer well. Intended for J.D. Hill, again thrown behind him, incomplete. It'll be fourth down for the Lions, and on comes the specialty unit for what we anticipate will be the field goal try by Steve Mickemeyer. We are just underway in the third period. The Colts were the receiving team of the second half kickoff, but Perry Griggs dropped the ball, giving Detroit this scoring opportunity. Danielson will hold at the 19-yard line. It'll be a 29-yard attempt. And it is no good. Mickemeyer misses on the 29-yard line. And so the score remains 3-0, and the Colts, who had a tough break with the fumble on the second half kickoff, get a break back on the missed field goal by Mickemeyer, and it remains 3-0 Lions. Have we got a final yet?
Not yet.
25 seconds left. Be sure and get that to us right away. Go ahead, Bob. Yeah. Okay. down Baltimore, and their crowd comes alive here. At the 20-yard line, they trail 3-0. New England leads 14-10 with 25 seconds left up there. New England has won. It is on the board here in Baltimore, and that's why you hear the roar of the crowd. Lydell Mitchell carrying the ball for a 5-yard gain, and so they got the help they needed. Now, John, what do they have to do themselves?
Tim, if that doesn't do it for them right there, I don't know if anything else will. They've got the big game now. New England's game is over up there, and they need to have this ball game, and then it's going to boil down to the show next week against New England here at Memorial Stadium.
Don't you love football fans? They booed the team off the field at the end of the first half. Now they're hollering for them. Ron Lee, straight ahead, is hit right at the line of scrimmage by this rough, tough Detroit defense.
Well, they've gone right back to their
Tenapel. Sorry, John.
First and second down. Run situation now. Maybe Burr will come up with a pass. It's in a passing situation.
Third and 4.
Here's where they will get in a lot of trouble sometimes. We'll put those five defensive backs in there. And I'm sure they'll be coming out looking for Mitchell or McCauley both coming out of that backfield.
Tenapel goes off. The extra back comes in. The Colts had 3 drives stopped by the Lions in the first half. 1 on a fumble, 1 on an interception, another on a missed field goal try. Jones, complete to Chester. Geron on the tackle, number 26, along with Lem Barney, number 20. First down, Colts. The ball out at the 37-yard line. No, they mark it at the 38. First down at the Colt 38.
Burt Jones moving to his left, picking up Raymond Chester on a short drag. What they call a short drag pattern, down 5 yards and out. A fine reception to the tight end.
Now, the situation is, with that New England victory over Miami, the Colts, if they can win here today and beat New England next week, they are the divisional champions with a record of 11-3. But they trail here at the moment. Mitchell, number 26, wide right, good pursuit laterally by Hunter, by West, by Herb Orvis.
Run out of bounds by Hunter and Ken Naples.
Now, there's John, and what he's laughing at is not so much at the picture of himself, just that one of the people in the truck suggested maybe he played without a helmet. John, what do you respond?
Well, I used to be pretty. Enjoy playing without a helmet.
Johnny Unitas in the booth here for the first time for CBS, watching his old team, the Baltimore Colts, and saw you standing alongside John Mackey down there, and it sure brings back a lot of memories with a lot of those great players.
We had a lot of fine people playing in those years. Outstanding people have been successful on just about every walk of life.
Intended for Raymond Chester, incomplete. Good rush by Herb Orvis. Jones got away from that, but the pass was incomplete. It is third down and about 7 to go.
Tim, hold on to your hat for this one. Tampa 20, New Orleans nothing in the third period. A 45-yard pass interception by Mike Washington.
My goodness, Hank Stram will commit harakiri if his club's the first one that loses to John McKay and company. Hard not to pull for the Buccaneers. I mean, they just got to win one. All right, we've got a third down. 7 to go. The Colts trying to keep the drive going. They trail 3-0. Mitchell and McCauley are the running backs. Almost intercepted by Charlie Weaver, intended for Freddie Scott, and ranging back from the right linebacker spot, Weaver had the best shot at the ball.
Freddie Scott coming across was wide open. Burt did not get the ball up well enough. Weaver right in excellent position to make the interception. Take a look at the defensive secondary as we see Freddie Scott going down, coming open. That's where he's open right there. Burt does not have the ball, waits a little bit too long to get it to him. And Charlie Weaver making an excellent play. Defensive secondary staying back off the receiver.
Eddie Payton, the lone kick returner, back at the 18-yard line for Detroit. David Lee will punt, but there's a flag down at the line of scrimmage. So again, the Lions defensively stop the Baltimore Colts.
Illegal procedure penalty against the Colts.
Well, someone must have drawn one of them. Looked like the Lions was offsides from here, but let's listen to the official.
Section M8.
It's already finished. We missed up on it.
It is against Baltimore. It is against Baltimore, and it'll be 4th down and about 12. So it just backs David Lee up back to his 22-yard line. Lions have everybody up there looking like they want to rush, but they do not. Lee, good kick. Payton waiting for it. Takes it, fumbles it, recovers it, and holds on at the 32-yard line. Eddie Payton. And right there to put the hit on him, Dan Dickel, number 55, reserve linebacker on the special teams. And so the Lions will start 1st down at their own 31, and they lead in this football game, 10:50 left in the 3rd, by a score of 3-0. I took your crab cake.
That's all right. I don't like the way they make them here anyway.
Thanks, John. I'm not sure how to take that. I don't think we'll see Perry Griggs back on a kickoff return again.
I couldn't believe they had the ball down there.
Well, he caught it, and you didn't see the play again.
No. I come up here and I saw him.
He started to run with it, and he just dropped it. I mean, nobody touched it. He just fell on it.
7-yard pass from Chandler, for Ferguson to Chandler.
Tim Ryan and Johnny Unitas at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. A must-win game for the Baltimore Colts as we see Houston has defeated Cleveland 19-15. 1st down, Detroit Lions playing like it's their Super Bowl. Horace King. Horace King bounces off tacklers and picks up about 7 on the play. The ball comes loose. The play had already been whistled dead, and Ed Simonini did not like that decision.
Buffalo's on top of the Jets 14-10 in the 4th period as Ferguson threw an 11-yard touchdown pass to Bob Chandler.
And a long season for both those teams, particularly for Buffalo. The Jets, a young team rebuilding under Walt Michaels, probably don't feel so badly about it. Big win for the Chicago Bears, 21-10 over Green Bay, and they are still in the playoff hunt. 2nd and 4. King again, straight ahead. Number 25 got out near the 40-yard line. Joe Ehrman, number 76, put the tackle on him. And we have a player down. It looks like a Baltimore Colt. That may be Ehrman. Joe Ehrman, who made the tackle, was hurt on the play. He's been bothered with a hand that was broken earlier in the season, and looks like he's been hurt again. Next Saturday here on CBS at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, the Sports Spectacular presents highlights of the World Welterweight Championship, the WBC version. Carlos Palomino defending against Jose Palacios of Mexico. And the 1977 National Hot Rod Association World Championships with Shirley Muldowney, Don Garlitz, Don Prudhomme, and many more. You'll also see the U.S. Professional Arm Wrestling Championships and the final edition of the World's Strongest Men competition, all here on CBS next Saturday. Ehrman up and all right. Ron Fernandez comes in to replace him. Give him a little breather and some trainer's attention. It is 3rd and short. Thompson is stopped by John Dutton, number 78, and Ed Simonini, number 56, the middle linebacker. And the Colts rise up defensively. Detroit will have to punt.
Mr. Simonini, number 56, middle linebacker of the Colts, not very big, but watch his tenacity on this play. As he throws off a block, he comes up and makes the play. Boom, right there along with John Dutton. Excellent play, and good play also by Norm Thompson, who turned the play back to the inside.
4th down. Summers standing on the 25 of Detroit. The deep man Lyle Blackwood at the 25 of Baltimore. Summers gets it away. Blackwood on the move. Gets out to the 38-yard line. He's swarmed under. Rick Kane, number 32, the first man to get there. haven't made a big play. You know, they just haven't, not one.
Play the ball control.
Your attention, please. Fans are reminded
24-34.
when leaving the game today, some of the ramps
14-10
are
final.
icy.
Only in the third quarter?
Yeah.
Some of the ramps
I guess they started at the same time we did.
2 o'clock.
20 seconds. 20.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
10 seconds. Stand by.
It's chilly here today, 27 degrees, our last reported temperature in Baltimore. But the young ladies are out there trying to pump up the Colts and their fans. The Fiesta Bowl, Christmas Day, here on CBS, Penn State and Arizona State. Should be a dandy. That'll be followed on December 31st by the Sun Bowl and the Cotton Bowl on January 2nd. Great bowl action on CBS. First down, Ron Lee and Lydell Mitchell, the running backs. It's blocked by Garth Tenaple, number 57. Jones trying to get to Freddie Scott. And the linebacker, Garth Tenaple, who, like Simonini, not a big guy, goes about 2'5", 210, starting for the injured Paul Newmoff, and he is an aggressive player.
Hurt so far is 11 for 21 for 113 yards. Lydell Mitchell with 5 receptions for 34. Scott with 3 for 40. And he continues to go to Mitchell, who has proven a very, very favorite target for his, and also a fine ball carrier as well.
2nd and 10, complete to Mitchell. 2 men on him right away. Tenaple and the other linebacker, O'Neal, number 55. He got about 7 on the play. So again, a big third down situation for them. 3rd and about 3. Ball is marked at the 44-yard line, closer to 4 yards. 3rd and 4, we'll call it. 8:39 remaining, third period. The only score of the game, a field goal by Steve Mickemeyer in the final seconds of the first half. McCauley is in for Lee. Remember, if the Colts win today, they must win next week to win the division title. They got help from the Patriots. Next week they'll want to beat them, but they've got the Lions here to contend with. Intended for Chester, incomplete. A good rush on Jones.
Well, he threw that one right into Powell. It was 3 defensive men around Chester, and he threw that one right into the heart of him.
Watch Herb Orbis coming in here, number 80.
As you see her putting the pressure on, Burt gets crunked a little bit, but the ball was thrown right between 2 men, and here comes the third one into your picture shortly.
So the Colts have to punt David Lee. And Payton lets it bounce, and Tim Baylor trying to cover it, slips, but it stops of its own accord at the 4-yard line. Touchdown there. Forrest Lou, number 50, putting the hand on it. And so they've got the Lions bottled up here, deep in their own end. Some more scores for you.
Buffalo 14, New York Jets 10. That's a final. Seattle's 34 on top of Kansas City, 24 in the third period.
3-0 Lions here in Baltimore. Tim Ryan and John Unitas. And one of the most crucial games being played today in the National Football League. Remember, New England has defeated Miami 14-10. The Colts can still win their division if they win here today and next week. The Lions have other ideas.
I'm not too sure I understand that letting that punt go over top of his head there, Tim. I thought he should have caught that ball, maybe try to advance it, or at least fair catch it. But I guess it was inside the 10-yard line. They like to tell him to just let the ball go. Hopefully it'll take a good bounce.
That was Marv Hubbard carrying it up behind right guard, picking up about 3 on the play. Payton let one bounce in front of him last week against Green Bay. That was a crucial play. Ball bounced well behind him, and the Lions were never able to get all the way upfield for a final scoring try. Danielson will throw, intended for J.D. Hill. It's tipped by Simonini and goes incomplete.
Simonini really maneuvers around back in the defensive secondary as we see him taking the pass coverage drop, moving to his right, watching the quarterback's eyes, playing the football all the way. It was just slightly high for Simonini to come down with, and the ball was thrown a little late. by Danielson to his outside receiver.
3rd down and 7 to go, Detroit. Lone setback is Hubbard. The other back set on the wing. That's Kane. Danielson looking for the open man. Out to David Hill, incomplete. He had a little bit of rush on him, and he just hurried that throw to David Hill, the tight end, who had fallen back off his position at the line of scrimmage for the play.
Well, I believe that you could expect now a good strong punt rush by the Baltimore Colts to try to put the pressure on the kicker and try to get a poor kick or a block punt.
7:17 remaining in the 3rd period. In the end zone is Wilbur Summers. Lyle Blackwood stands at the 31-yard line of Detroit. Summers is kicking against the wind. It has not come up appreciably, but there is a wind factor, approximately 15 miles per hour, blowing against the kicker. He gets it away. Not bad either. A Detroit bounce. Blackwood at the 44. Gets to the 38-yard line, and he is swarmed under by 3 Lions tacklers. The first one to get there, Luther Blue, number 89. So again, the crowd trying to bring the Colts alive. They have good field position. 1st down. The ball at the 38-yard line of Detroit. 3-0, the Lions lead it.
This is the best field position that Baltimore has had since that first quarter drive before Leaks fumbled the football. Let's see what Burt comes up with on his first play.
Ron Lee and Lydell Mitchell are the running backs. Slot formation right. 1st down pass attempt. Tipped away again by Tenaple. Intended for Scott. And twice in a row, Garth Tenaple has tipped passes of Burt Jones.
Tenaple playing very good defensive coverage back there with the linebacker. Burt coming up, looking at Scott, taking his time, plenty of time to throw the football. Tenaple getting a hand on the football to deflect it out of the reach of Freddie Scott.
Lions blitz their linebackers a lot, but on these last 2 plays Tenaple's been involved in, he's been dropped off and has made the right play. 2nd down pass attempt. Incomplete, intended for Lee as the rush was on Jones. What did that play look like to you, John? What were they trying to do there?
Oh, they're trying to set up a screen coming out here to Ron Lee, and the Detroit Lions played it extremely well, putting the pressure on Jones, and the linebacker staying at home, just making sure his coverage of Ron Lee.
Sanders, 82, and English, 78, were the 2 guys leading the rush. 3rd down. Colts have just been unable to put anything together here against this very tough Detroit defense. Lions have a 5-7 record. Had they had some offense to go with this defense, it would have been a much different season for Detroit.
They've had a rash of injuries as well, that offensive line, and they have done an excellent job on this fine defensive football team of the Baltimore Colts.
That's complete to Raymond Chester. Does he have the 1st down? It will be close. Let's wait and see where they mark it. Lions have suggested a few spots where they could mark it. Colts have some ideas of their own. And Burt Jones is up there to make sure they get a fair shake. This is a very big play.
Well, it's be a decision to make if they don't make it. I'm sure that if they don't make it, they almost have to go for that 1st and 10.
1st down, Baltimore. So the Colts keep it alive. A 3rd down and 10 play from Jones to Chester. That was a money play.
That's 2 big plays that Chester's come up with on a pass on the last time for a 1st down back on the left-hand side of your field. And now again on the same type of play, which Burt came up with a fine throw. Chester making the catch for the 1st down.
Ron Lee, number 34. Shakes off 2 tacklers. Boy, is he strong. Finally, Ed O'Neill, who's been a tower of strength again this afternoon for Detroit, makes the tackle. But Lee with a good gain. Got maybe 7, close to 8 on the play.
From the Lions, 22.
Excellent running by Lee, as he's a strong. I say he's one of the best outside runners that the Colts have, and probably the only one who's able to get outside because of his great speed. The offensive line now starting to pick up some momentum, driving the Detroit Lions back off the ball.
2nd and 3. The ball at the 23 of Detroit. Colts have yet to score. Lydell Mitchell behind right guard Ken Huff and tackle George Coombs has the first down yardage, it would appear. And it is so claimed by the Colts and marked by the officials.
Again, the workhorse of the Baltimore Colts, as all afternoon, has been Lydell Mitchell, as he'll carry the ball at least 35 to 40 times a football game. Good blocking up front. Lydell certainly has the second sense to pick that hole anywhere it shows in the offensive line.
As you look at the Colts attack today, not bad. It just has not resulted in a score. Mitchell, no room to make the turn. O'Neal is there again, number 55. James Hunter, the cornerback, number 28. Ken Sanders, the left defensive end, got over into the play. The Lions do not give you anything easily. You've got to earn every inch.
Mitchell has 17 carries for 74 yards.
We got 3 on that play, 2nd and 7. The ball at the 14-yard line of Detroit. The Lions lead it 3-0. 5:04 remaining in the third period. New England defeated Miami 14-10, giving the Colts an opportunity to win their division with 2 victories. Incomplete, intended for Mitchell, and somebody got a hand on that, and it's Tenaple again, number 57.
He's knocking that ball all around. Let's take a look at Tenaple as he blitzes from his linebacking position, looks at Burt, goes up in the air, and gets a hand on the football. Ball again intended for Mitchell.
He's playing like he's 6'9". He's only 6'1".
He certainly gets his hands on the football. His hands will be black and blue before he gets out there this afternoon.
Garth Tenaple going off as the extra back comes in here in the passing down situation. I think I'd leave him in there. He's doing the job on pass protection.
He certainly has a nose for the football.
Jones to the end zone. Overthrown, incomplete. Dowdy covered by Len Barney was the intended receiver, number 35. 4th down, and the crowd starts with boos again.
Burt Jones walking off, not very happy with himself as he had to throw that ball over top of Glenn Dowdy as Glenn Barney was all over him like a blanket. That's one of your premier pass defenders in the game as far as I'm concerned. He's been around for a number of years, and he's still doing a fine job for him. After the third ball game this year, they moved him from free safety back over to the corner position, and he's went over there without any kind of problem and has done a fine job.
Got 3 interceptions. Linhart's field goal try is good. Tony Linhart, a 31-yard field goal, has tied the game at 3-3. So the Colts are back even. Ed Simonini, some kind of jumping jack. "31-yard field goal, right?"
It's 5 for 6 from there.
Yeah, he's tough until you get him out of range.
Yeah.
You can't get the long one. He's pretty consistent. He nearly made that one too with a bad hold. You know, he nearly got that mother in there. He kicked it better than I thought he would. Well, there is ample time.
Oh, yes.
I tell you, these guys don't quit though. They hung right in that Green Bay game last week. They were right in it to the final play.
Stand by.
Eddie Payton. We're standing by.
And Fulton.
That Baltimore Colt ought to have some ballet warm-up socks on or something today. It's pretty cold out there, even for horses.
Usually they run him around every time they score, but if he's not careful, he's going to catch a cold. He hadn't been doing too much, haven't had much activity at all this afternoon.
He's probably been back in the barns. It is 3-3 on the field goal by Linhart from 31 yards away. So the Colts have caught up. Now the Lions will have the opportunity to go ahead. Eddie Payton is the deep man at the 5-yard line. Linhart having to tee it up again as the wind had blown the ball off the tee. Baltimore to our left in blue, the Lions to our right in white. We have 4:50 remaining, third period. This is Andy Bolton, number 43, working his way up the sidelines and finally pushed out of bounds near the 35. Good return for Andy Bolton.
Stop by Wade Griffin.
So the Lions have pretty good field position as they will start
Lions
first
ball,
down
first and
at the
10.
36-yard line. Next Saturday here on CBS. The Rams at Washington, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The Redskins still alive in the playoff hunt, looking for a wild card spot. And the Rams who have already clinched in the West. That should be some kind of game. First down, Detroit. Gary Danielson has gone all the way at quarterback, number 16, the second-year man from Purdue. Leonard Thompson, make it Rick Kane. Rick Kane, number 32, trying right guard side. Bruce Laird coming up from the safety spot, number 40, to make the hit on him after a gain of 3.
Second down and 7.
San Diego nothing, Denver 7 in the first period. Denver just continues to roll along, and Craig Morton having one of his finest years in a long time.
Yes, I think there's a quarterback who's really deserved to have himself a good year. He's been around for a number of years with good teams and bad, and now has an opportunity to do it himself. That's complete to David Hill, the tight end. Stan White has him covered like a blanket after he made the catch. And he got maybe a yard or 2 at the most on the play.
Didn't get much. Stan's playing, staying at home, playing his responsibilities. So they were trying to set up a little quick out to the tight end off of a play pass action back to the weak side, hoping to take Stan's attention away from his responsibility. But as a good linebacker, he takes care of his own first and then helps elsewhere second. Craig Morton threw a 41-yard touchdown pass to go ahead of the San Diego Chargers to Lonnie Parent.
Third down. They call it 5.5. Danielson trying to keep the Lions drive alive. They're tied at 3 here in the third period. Knocked down by Fred Cook, the defensive left end. It was intended for Marv Hubbard, swinging out of the backfield. Watch this play.
Watch Freddie Cook as he gets some penetration. Not able to get all the way through. Sees Danielson looking and then does what he's taught. Right up into the quarterback's face. Take another look at it from the end zone camera. Danielson back, sets the throw. There's Cook. I don't believe he would have picked up the first down anyway. Thompson standing over there waiting for Hubbard to make that reception.
Fourth-year man from Southern Mississippi, 6'3", 243-pound Fred Cook, part of the sack pack. They've got 42 sacks this season. That's third in the National Football League. Deep man is Blackwood, standing at the 25 of Baltimore as Wilbur Summers prepares to punt. Low snap, kicks it from the 30. Ball's taken by Oldham with a fair catch at the 32-yard line for Baltimore. Number 25, Ray Oldham. And so Baltimore will start first down at the 31-yard line. And now some more West Coast scores coming in. The Raiders in another must game today in Minnesota, for that matter, 7-0. They both need that one. The Raiders in front in the first period will be joining that game at the conclusion of ours here in Baltimore, where it is 3-3. First down, Colts. Ron Lee pushed out of bounds by Charlie West. Had no chance to turn the corner as West came up from his safety spot to cut him off.
Coming back with the same play he used in the last series of downs as they started out the last time with Ron Lee on a wide sweep. That time not picking up as much as he would have liked to as West played it well, knocked him out of bounds.
Gain of a yard on the play, John. 2nd and 9. Wide left goes Freddie Scott, number 86. Wide right is Glenn Dowdy, number 35. Tight end is Raymond Chester. They're all out in the pattern. They throw it to Lee. He makes the catch and is dropped immediately as he tried to get back up. It was Tenaple putting the hit on him. Picked up maybe 6 on the play.
Again, Jones staying with his backs coming out of that backfield. Likes to hit those backs 4, 5, 6 yards at a time.
Third down.
Mitchell's outstanding receiver, leads the AFC in receptions, and Ron Leak taking up some of the slack for Leaks coming out of the backfield and making a fine reception.
Don McCauley is in for Ron Lee on 3rd and 4.5. That Oakland touchdown, a 2-yard run by Mark Van Egan as the Raiders lead Minnesota 7-0. Throwing on 3rd down, up the middle, complete to Chester. Ed O'Neill makes the tackle. Chester came back beautifully to make that reception, and they have been successful up the middle when they've been going there, John.
That's the 3rd time, 4th time actually that he's going to Chester. 3 completions out of 4 times. You better stay with him the rest of the afternoon because he's the man that's doing the job so far for him on his 3rd down situations. The Lions are sort of keying on the offensive backs coming out of field on this situation as we see Raymond Chester making the catch and O'Neill making the tackle.
1st down at the 46-yard line of Baltimore. Ron Lee makes a good turn around Ed O'Neill as his blockers had been bumped right back into the backfield. He had to get around them first. So a good turn of speed to make the corner and a gain of about 4 on the play.
Fancy stepping by Ron Lee as he's almost had in the backfield. Steps back out around and comes down. Atlanta nothing. Los Angeles 6 in the 1st period.
The ball into Detroit territory at the 49. It'll be 2nd and 5. Lee and Mitchell the running backs. Now Scott comes wide right, Dowdy wide left. He'll flip-flop those wide receivers. Change sides with him. Mitchell trying wide left. Gets away from Weaver. He's got some room. He stumbles and falls. That's about the only way you're going to get Mitchell down is for him to fall down by himself, and he doesn't do that very often. Look at this.
The linebacker who slipped back behind everyone right there. Weaver almost had Mitchell as he could not get a grab of a hold of his jersey, and you see Mitchell moving now, going downfield and trips on one of his own men.
Lydell Mitchell, nonetheless, has a big 1st down play for Baltimore at the 33-yard line of Detroit. And Tampa Bay appears to be a lock against New Orleans. I'm going to go out on a limb and predict they're going to win that game.
I tell you what, they won't be sober for a week if they win that ball game.
Interception by James Hunter. Hunter, 28, brings it back inside the Baltimore zone to the 50-yard line, maybe the 40 now when they mock it. It was intended for Glenn Dowdy. Chester made the tackle on Hunter, and another drive is stopped.
Glenn Dowdy never saw that football, and I think the man who was the biggest surprise of all was Hunter as it hit him right in the chest. Ball was thrown right directly at Hunter. Let's take a look. We don't get a real good picture of it, but the ball hit Hunter right in the chest, and Glenn Dowdy never saw the football.
Looked like he really hurried that throw. It's a quick kind of a pass, not have a whole lot of rush on, but as you said, it just went right to James Hunter. Another interception stops a Baltimore drive. Danielson on 1st down. To Marv Hubbard out of the backfield is bumped by White and nettles out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Danielson not doing too much on throwing the football. He's used that play 4 or 5 times. This time he comes up and hits Hubbard, who makes a fine reception for them. Turnovers so far, the Lions nothing, and the Baltimore Colts 4. That has kept the Lions in the ball game.
2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. Oakland has gone in front of Minnesota 14-0. Stabler to Cliff Branch. 7:02 remaining 1st period. This is Rick Kane. Kane met at the line of scrimmage and turned back rather forcefully after a gain of maybe 1.5 yards and maybe enough for the 1st down, and that appears to be the signal.
Danielson is 11 out of for 19 right now for 73 yards. So things he's throwing is a ball control type pass back out to his backs, coming off of play action type thing, as we saw with Hubbard the last time. He's doing a fine job for a young man who hasn't played all season long.
That's right. I think about midway through the 2nd period, I think going back to the drive that led to the field goal, he really moved the team effectively, and he's got him going again. It is 1st down Lions at the 40-yard line. They're playing a good defensive team in Baltimore. That is Marv Hubbard squeezing for a couple of yards. Mike Barnes, number 63, put the tackle on him. And Bruce Laird coming up from safety to help. Time winding down here in the 3rd period. And they will probably not get another playoff, as it is 2nd and 8 for Detroit at the 38 of Baltimore. And that'll be it for the third period. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Detroit Lions 3, the Baltimore Colts 3. We now pause for a word from your local station.